Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir, and welcome to Wredtube's first episode of the Merci series. My name is Draz, and today we'll be talking about Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels and the ladder match at No Mercy 2008 for the World Heavyweight Championship. At WrestleMania 24, Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair in a hugely emotional match. However, Batista was angry at Michaels for ending the career of his friend. This was the time that Shawn Michaels was playing the holier-than-thou character. The two had a confrontation on the highlight reel, and the match was set up for Backlash 2008. Jericho was later named the special referee. The finish of the match consisted with HBK appearing to have injured his left knee, but then he caught Batista off guard with a sweet chin music. Jericho said Michaels faked the injury, but HBK denied that. Chris apologized for accusing him before Shawn Michaels revealed he did fake the injury, which led to a match at Judgment Day. The next highlight reel saw Chris Jericho calling out Shawn Michaels for lying to him. Chris Jericho finds it hard to believe that despite Michaels being a deceptive, manipulative liar, the fans are still chanting HBK. That's when Jericho turned heel. Jericho smashed Michaels through the Jeritron and injured his eye. Fast forward to the Great American Bash. Jericho and Michaels went at it at the last ever non-PG WWE pay-per-view. Y2J really wants to drive home his point of smashing Michaels based on the sins of the fans, and HBK's ribs got hurt very early. And in the end, Jericho devastates Michaels so badly that the ref had to stop the match, leaving Jericho the victor. At SummerSlam 2008, after Jericho's intense beating at the Great American Bash, Michaels decides to retire, saying it's for the sake of his wife's emotions. Jericho comes out and won't have it, and demands Shawn to say he's retiring because of him. When Shawn refused to do so, Jericho aimed to punch him. However, Shawn dodged, and Jericho's punch landed squarely on HBK's wife's chin. Michael tends to her for several minutes while Y2J retreats, and this segment wasn't a work. Jericho had accidentally really punched Rebecca, for real, at SummerSlam, and he said, and I quote, "I felt her lips mash against my knuckles like I'd popped a grape." Shawn goes back on his retirement and seeks revenge against Jericho in an unsanctioned anything goes fight. The match is set for Unforgiven between the two. Shawn is super emotional in this match, and the results end with another ref stoppage, with Jericho soundly beaten. However, the main event of the match was a 6-man World Heavyweight Championship scrabble. The defending champion at the time, CM Punk, was removed from the match due to injury, and who would fill his spot but Chris Jericho. And at the conclusion of the match, we had a new World Heavyweight Champion. This rivalry was so good that it deserved the world title. Some would argue this kind of messed up CM Punk's run, but I think this rivalry did deserve the title. He could have done without it, but it kind of deserved it. This was the culmination of the feud, and a match that Michaels was famous for, a ladder match. At the end of the match, and a refreshingly surprising result, Chris Jericho retained the title and wins the rivalry, finally exposing that he is better than Shawn Michaels. Why was this great? I think the greatness in this feud lies in the fact that it was so believable. Chris and Shawn were friends, but Shawn lied to him about faking the knee injury. Would a friend lie to another friend? Chris saw that Michaels wasn't the holier-than-thou character he played. He was lying to the fans. Of course, as his friend, he could see that. He couldn't let the fans cheer a lying, manipulative man. Shawn got an incentive to fight when Jericho punched his wife without remorse. Of course, he would defend her, giving him a legitimate reason to fight. Finally, in the end, the bad guy, with good reasons, won over the good guy who lied and cheated. Nowadays, you see rivalries without incentive. Most of all, rivalries revolve around the title and only the title, and that gives no reason for the fans to be invested. This feud was personal, believable, relatable, which led it to be one of the best rivalries in WWE history. Well, I hope you learned something new today. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to, and thanks for watching.